What's up, everybody? It is the physician gardener, and it's the beginning of March, and spring has sprung. It's like 75 degrees today. I think it's supposed to be highs in the 70s, for the next 10 days or so. There might be a couple days where it dips down to the 50s and 60s, but overall, it's warm enough to be out in the garden doing stuff. So let's do a March garden update, and I'll show you guys what I got going on. So right here are my flower beds. The back one, I forgot to put labels in, but there's like tulips and maybe forget-me-nots. I don't know, tulips and something else in that back bed. And then the one with the sticks, I actually planted peonies, ranunculus, dahlias, and another type of peonies. So hopefully those all come up and we get some really pretty flowers this year that attract a lot of nice pollinators. Now in this bed right here, this was basically a cucumber and brassica bed last year, and I had a couple beets in here as well. I think squirrels have been in here digging. You see how uneven the mulch looks? But anyways, those two are Brussels sprout plants. I'm gonna leave them a little bit longer and see if they, miraculously come back to life. This kale, I'm gonna harvest some of that, clean it up, and see if it'll, have a second life this spring. Because sometimes kale will grow for 2 years before it goes to seed. These collard plants, I harvested off of these a couple days ago. I'm going to harvest some more and then I'm going to rip them out because if you look right here, you can see that this plant is about to flower. I don't need to harvest seeds from these. I have plenty of collard seeds, so I'm just going to throw them in the compost. See, this one's flowering, that one's flowering. Yeah. So they're pretty much done in terms of producing any new leaves. The onions, so last year I bought those little bulb onions from like either Lowe's or Home Depot, and y'all saw they produce like ping pong sized onions. So apparently I didn't harvest them all, and so now they're coming back. I don't know if they're going to form fully formed onions or if I am just going to be eating them for the green onions. We shall see. So I'm just going to leave those alone until probably what May. I think May or June is when you're supposed to harvest onions. So we'll see what happens. Over here, these are my new long beds, and I'll show you the compost that I got delivered that is going to be put on these beds over the weekend. I got compost from the city of Charlotte, and so yeah, I'll show you that later. Okay, and so this is that bed where I told you I was going to plant a few things and just see how they did. The bok choy is getting ate up, or at least that one is. Actually, that's tatsoi. Tatsoi is getting ate up by something. Bok choy is doing fine. Lettuce doing fine for the most part. Those cauliflowers I planted down there are basically dead. They didn't make it. The lettuces are doing fine. This was supposed to be an onion bed, but when it snowed, there were several inches of snow on this bed for days, and most of the onions died. So there's about 15 onions that survived out of like 100. So this is my first year planting onion sets. Maybe next year will be better. Let's go over here. This is another bed that I just made from scooping the mulch that I'd had over the landscaping fabric. I'm going to put compost on top of this one as well, so that'll be another full-size planting bed. The garlic still looks fantastic. The strawberries I planted look like they took very well. There's some onions over here that, despite the snow, did way better than those other onions. So I think I need to use this type of straw mulch next year when I plant onions. Um, that, I think, is a broccoli plant. And there's another one over there and some carrots. Over here, I really haven't done anything with this bed other than taking the cuttings from the strawberry plants back there. That kale is going wild. I should harvest some of that. This kale is about to go to seed, so I should take that out. This, I'm pretty sure this is kale too, that is also about to go to seed. So yeah, a lot of things need to be taken out of the garden. These are some carrots that I planted in the fall, and let's see what they're looking like. Ooh, look at those. Okay. I'm gonna take these inside. Let's just pull them all up. They've been in the ground for long enough at this point that I should just pull them up before something eats them. Okay, little chunky chunks. They're a little thick, but they look good size. Smell good. Okay. That one's leaves are small, but let me pull this right here. All right, so this is what happens when you don't thin your carrots. You get a good size, normal looking one, and then you get a real skinny looking one. So thin your carrot seeds, people. Be better than me. All right, this is my berry patch. So those are raspberries, blueberries. Oh, you can't really see them. They haven't started flowering for the season yet, so they look a little dead, but they'll be back. These are blackberries and more blackberries. Um, and so we're going to add some compost to those tomorrow to build up the nutrition around them. Same thing with all my fruit trees. Some of them are starting to flower and come back to life. Some of them just look crazy. But so that is your early March garden tour. Lots of projects to do, things to work on, plants to dig up, compost to top off, etc., etc. I will keep you guys updated.